I didn't become a professor. I didn't get into academic life. I started on that path. I almost got there, but I got swept up into business. I kept on getting these phone calls from everyone, hey, Greg, you've been in Japan, you speak Japanese. I want to buy something from Japan. I want to sell something from Japan to Japan. I thought, that's interesting. So I started my own company. I started my own consulting company, and I started helping people to interact with Japan. And in that process, I became well known in Brisbane, and I got then headhunted by what is now called Jones Lang LaSalle to help them with their Japan business. And once I got into business, I loved it. I thought, wow, I'll go back to academic life. I'll get there. I haven't got there yet. I'll get there. But I never went back. And so I stayed with business, and it just got more and more interesting. And then eventually an opportunity came up, and this is extraordinary, this is back in '92, to open a brand new operation on the ground in Japan. Trust me, as an Aussie, you're probably talking, the fingers of one hand, the number of people from Australia who would have had that opportunity. And I saw that opportunity with Austrade. I wasn't particularly interested in joining the government, but fortunately Austrade was not very bureaucratic. It was a very fast-moving, very business-like organisation. They wanted people from the private sector. They wanted people with business backgrounds. They wanted people with country specialities. I fitted that bill, and it fitted me. And I opened the office in 1992, and we had Paul Keating, Prime Minister of Australia, come and open it, which was fantastic. And then eventually I went to Osaka, ran the operation there. We had John Howard come through when I was in Osaka. And then I eventually came back to Tokyo to the embassy. And then I left the embassy. I had an opportunity to join the Shinsei Bank, which is a Japanese bank here, to turn around their sales team, because by that time I built up a reputation as someone who knew a lot about running sales teams in Japan, because that's what I was doing in Austrade. And I started in the private sector in banking here. And that, again, led me to run the National Australia Bank. And then at some point, corporates, get a certain thing about them that's no less attractive, and I decided to work for myself. So now I run my own company.